Terrence Howard's exclusive interview exposing every celebrity linked romantically with Diddy has just been made public. Reportedly, Terrence Howard has faced threats over the names he disclosed. Meanwhile, Diddy's troubles have intensified with a new lawsuit filed in court that includes Jay-Z, Beyonce, and even LeBron James. This confirms that some of the biggest stars in the industry were connected to Diddy. If Diddy ends up behind bars, it could bring down the most notorious sex trafficking ring in Hollywood.
If you're going to speak against me, then use the same courage that it took for me to say those truths. Man to man, eye to eye, integrity and in truth. I've spent a lifetime earning the right to speak with the conviction about these truths that I speak. So if you want to tear that down, have the decency to come and say it directly to my face. And say it like a man.
Oscar-nominated actor Terrence Howard left the film industry because he understood the dark realities behind closed doors. Couch casting and sexual favors are the foundation of this industry. Diddy's arrest and the tapes he recorded have now exposed these truths. Recently, on the Patrick Bet David podcast, Terrence Howard revealed that he turned down some of the biggest roles of his career to protect his integrity. Though Diddy wanted to get close to Terrence stood firm on his principles.
Did you ever have the opportunity where you got invited and you said no to it?
Hell yeah.
What was the consequences when you said no?
Puffy invited me for weeks asking me to come and teach him how to, wanted me to be his acting coach for a while. Go there and he's sitting around just looking. I'm like, okay, what's the material you want to work on? He's just looking at me. Then next thing you know, okay, hey, will you help me? I want to hear your music. So I come over there and I play the music. I'm sitting there, just looking at me, like waiting. Okay. So then my assistant was like, he wants to hang out with you next week. And I was like, for what? He's like, I think he's trying to fuck you. That's what my assistant said. I was like, oh, okay. Now I get it. So now no more communication. Now you know to be hands-off with somebody. A number of producers come in and make the approach, and you threaten to punch them in the mouth, or threaten to knock their head off for talking to you or looking at you like you're a woman. When you approach a real man about his masculinity, you're going to get a real reaction back. It's a difference when a guy walks in a room and when a man walks into a room. And a man don't take the same things that a guy will accept. So always be the man in the room. And that's always been my whole thing. And I've lost businesses because I don't bend over in that way. I don't compromise. I don't play gay roles. I don't kiss a man. I don't do that shit. Because the man card means everything.
Terrence revealed that those who say yes to these deals and sacrifice their integrity can never escape the trauma from their experiences. According to him, what's the point of success if you have to give up your self-respect to achieve it? Terrence also mentioned that celebrities like Justin Bieber and Usher are struggling mentally and turn to drugs to numb the painful memories of their abuse.
So you see some guys struggling with that. You see Bieber struggling with that. You see some of these guys struggling with that.
They can't get it out of their head. They can't get it out of their head. The things that they did, no matter how they did it, whether they were drunk or high or whatever, you gave up your man card. You need therapy. And that's the thing that hurts them the most. And so they end up on drugs, end up every way to try and get rid of any principles there are. And that's what the business does. And the women that trade their bodies to go and get the role, they get to the point where they have their Oscar, they have their money, but they don't have their dream. They don't have the soul that they started with. So it's like achieving don't mean anything. If I get all the Nobel Prizes from doing all of this, but in the process I have to trade out all of my integrity to do it so that they can stay in place, what benefit is that if I lose my integrity? You got to go in as a principal. And what we were brought in here as men. We produce 1,500 sperm per heartbeat for a reason, because the aggression is necessary. You don't trade that in, no matter what.
Before his interview, Terrence Howard tweeted that he was ready to expose all the lies and that he was only getting started. This marks the end of the Great Deception. We've waited years for the truth to come out, and now that it's here, it's time to live by it. We are dismantling this entire system of lies. The revolution has begun. Make way for the truth and stay tuned. We are just getting started. After the interview, Terrence Howard was confronted by some of the people he named and reportedly received threats. In a video posted afterward, Terrence Howard said this:
Listen, before y'all talk about me, y'all need to talk to me. You see, once upon a time, if a man questioned another man's honor, he didn't do it from the shadows. He had to do it out in the open, with his name, his chest out, and his chin high. Not hiding behind a keyboard or tucked behind edited clips of fair use disclaimers. You see, citing Section 107 of the Copyright Act does not give you free rein to defame, misrepresent, or harm another's reputation. Fair use is not a shield for character assassination. So here's the simple truth. If you take my words, my image, my ideas, and twist them to feed your fear and inflate your ego, if you profit off of my name while calling me a liar, then be prepared to stand behind your accusations.
As we dig deeper into what Terrence Howard has revealed, it becomes clear that Hollywood is rife with predators. Sexual abuse is widespread in the film industry, and notorious figures like Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, Roman Polanski, and now Diddy have all been accused of exploiting young men and forcing them into degrading sexual acts. These individuals are part of what some call the gay mafia that controls Hollywood and the music industry. Record company executives and directors were also involved in the sex trafficking ring connected to Diddy.
You got to take drugs. You're going through so much shit to try and deal with life. You are literally, it's an unhealthy space. And so eventually you're going to go too far, you know? Who knows what happened to Philip? Who knows what he had to do in order to get to where he was at? There's a lot of things that people do that end up sitting and they can't get over it. And they got to keep getting high, hoping to get it out of their head, you know? But when you lose your man card, that's the only thing I can think of. You lose your damn man card.
What is that? What do you mean by that?
You give up your ability, your right to being a man. A man don't take it, a man gives it. So when you give up that man card, you don't get that back.
Are you saying what I think you're saying?
No, I'm saying what I'm saying. You don't get that back. You come into this world as a man one time. You give up that right for anything, for fear of being hurt, fear of somebody doing something, for wanting to gain something. When you give up that man card right, you lose some spiritual energy that has always been pushing through. Like if a woman gives up her womanly right of being a mother and taking care of her family and do all those things, when you give up those things, but when you give up your manhood, I've never seen somebody recover from it. That was all the people that went to the puffy parties. That was all the people that did all those things thinking that there was never going to be a consequence for what they were doing. Got punked out and pimped out by some greater desire. You shouldn't have a greater desire than being a man. So I believe that's a big problem with a lot of the actors out there because they get fluid. And next thing you know, once you go fluid, it's gone. You don't have any foundation to pull yourself back from. So maintain your man card.
This is what 50 Cent has been saying for years. Every celebrity who attended Diddy's infamous freak-off parties was aware of what was happening behind the scenes. But they stayed silent because that's how the industry works. Enabling. The abuse of minors and helping Diddy cover up his crimes makes all of his guests complicit. Cent never went to those parties because he refused to be part of any of it.
You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Well, that's why. It's only business. It was really... Away from that, I explained why I didn't hang out with him. Right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff going on.
It's not your scene.
It's not my style.
Not your scene.
They hug you from the front and the back at the same time. I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. And I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It's just weird, bro. And now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. When I say people respond, how people respond to things matter. Like the internet will take to it and just go off with it. Meek responds being the uncomfortability. He goes, yo, nah, I'll spend $100,000 to find out why my name is in this like this. And it's in it only because he's uncomfortable.
Meek Mill was seen hanging out with Diddy, going shopping together, and even showing up to parties in matching outfits. right after 50 Cent had rejected Diddy. 50 said he turned Diddy down because he understood what being close to Diddy truly meant. Although Diddy was sexually interested in 50, he said no. Meek Mill, on the other hand, said yes, willing to give up his manhood in exchange for fame and fortune.
Ah, but you got close when he offered to take you shopping.
Yeah, you see, now Meek is in the same shirt. He's out there in the same shirt. This is not Photoshop. Stop it, man. You set that up. Look, obviously was not offended by what I was offended by. Guys may say to a girl, you know, like, let me take a shot. See?
Damn.
They found it that quick.
What do you think's happening in the middle?
I don't know what is going on there. Because it was like, he was like, yo, you hot now. Now we got to hang out now. Like, you know, like hang out.
Yeah.
He said, I don't know, man. I take you shopping and I get you some flash and you can give me the hood shit. And I was looking and I was like, let me just move away from him because I'm going to mess up the way. Certain things, they let it go by because it's Puff. He wasn't like in the closet. He was like in the hallway.
All these years, you being the only one calling this out.
I look like I've been the crazy guy for a long time.
They say you're a hater. They say you're crazy.
You do this. Yeah, and now everybody's complaining. My ass is hurting.
It's not just Meek Mill who was involved with Diddy. Jay-Z and Beyonce have both been longtime supporters of him. Recent lawsuits now reveal they were regular attendees at his infamous freak-off parties as well. Jay-Z and Beyonce's marriage, many say, was more about business and building their empire than anything else. Their names have surfaced in 2 separate lawsuits, and it's only a matter of time before they face indictment, just like Diddy.
Look, when Jay signed his contract, the big one was with Beyonce. Mm-hmm. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Now those fucking trophies, trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right, man. I mean, look, if you look at his career,
Wow. You're gonna let him say that?
Jay was getting Grammys.
He had one.
Exactly.
He had one.
And he ain't show up.
No, he has like 20 now.
Hold on.
He had like 18 since he been down. Look, he had one, bro. Hard Knock Life.
You're not wrong.
He was one. After that, he got them shits. He started drinking. His pictures went fucking things the cup.
Wait a minute. So you're saying the success is derived from the marriage?
I've absolutely been treated differently.
The accolades.
Because he's no longer viewed as what, like a street or gangster rapper. Now he's viewed as a businessman, entrepreneur, family man.
And the biggest ones because of the position Beyonce's.
Oh, wow.
Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16, 17 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce, right? And you go, prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys and shit. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them the things that...
Every major rapper was involved with Diddy. They're all staying silent now, but the evidence can never be erased. Just look at the list of people partying with Diddy back in 2010. Busta Rhymes, Rick Ross, DJ Khaled, and Usher have all been close to him for years. In May 2018, Trump's National Doral golf course in Miami had to be shut down because of a shooter. The shooter, Jonathan Audi, claimed to be Diddy's alleged sex slave and said he was being controlled.
Going in, you better believe it. Shout at Def Jam, we the best. Know what it is? It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Happy New Year to the whole planet. God is the greatest. Real talk. And you know, I mean, if there's anything that somebody can say better than that, I'm all ears. But with that being said, continuous blessings to the whole entire universe.
Big shout to my man Drake is in the house. Fabulous is in the house. There's all brotherly love. My biggest brother with all the boss, Ricky Ross, is in the house. Ricky Ross report to the grass. DJ Khaled, he's the best, he's in the house. Tiana Taylor is in the house. My brother Chris Brown, I'm gonna stick with him from thick and thin. Chris Brown is in the house. You know what I'm saying? The something ain't right, so I know Chris Brown is in the house. Big shout to my son Quincy, my son Christian, my son Justin.
Diddy and Ross, which they good buddies, okay? They're gay.
Who?
Both. Diddy and Ross. And Khaled. They're all gay, okay?
DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, and P. Diddy?
Yeah.
They all gay?
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right.
Khaled is a Hamas supporter. Okay?
Who supporter?
Hamas.
Hamas. Yeah.
Sorry, I said it wrong.
No worries.
Hamas supporter, okay? I had sex with Cassie and Sean. Basically, he would masturbate and tell me what to do with Cassie. I had like 15 encounters, and I heard a lot.
Hidden in plain sight.
It's hidden.
I think I see what you're saying.
Okay, how do I know this?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. How do you know this?
Do you know Sean Combs?
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the White Park.
Matters have gotten even worse for Jay-Z and Beyonce. The recent lawsuit naming them also includes 3 other major celebrities as witnesses. This time, the defendant isn't some anonymous John Doe. A new civil lawsuit has been filed against Jay-Z, Beyonce, LeBron James, and Gloria Estefan, accusing them of involvement in a Diddy party where a man was allegedly abused and humiliated. The plaintiff, Joseph Manzaro, claims that in 2015, he was drugged, transported against his will, and suffered severe harm as part of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise.
Sean Diddy Combs is facing new accusations of human trafficking as he awaits his federal trial. In a civil case filed in Florida April 1st, Joseph Manzaro alleges, according to court documents obtained by E! News, that he was drugged, transported against his will, and sexually maimed as a victim of a coercive and organized criminal enterprise facilitated by Combs and others back in 2015, and names celebs such as Beyonce, Jay-Z, and LeBron James as witnesses in the lawsuit. In his filing, Manzaro says the alleged events took place in April 2015. He states that he lost consciousness after feeling a, quote, greasy substance resembling Vaseline as he opened the front door to his home, after which he says he was transported to another residence, where an associate of Combs allegedly told him that the music mogul wanted him brought to a freak-off event. Manzaro alleges in the suit he was secretly transferred to the music producer's home through a concealed tunnel allegedly connected to Gloria Estefan and Emilio Estefan's Miami property. He alleges that upon regaining partial consciousness, he found himself inside a large party area upon information and belief that it was a birthday party for Combs' then 17-year-old son Christian Combs. There, he was allegedly forced to appear in a penis mask. The lawsuit states, Jay-Z and Beyonce Knowles Carter were seated in the room, and upon seeing Manzaro, Beyonce Knowles Carter asked, "What's this? What's this all about? Why is this half-naked white man with a penis mask standing here in front of me?" Manzaro alleges in the lawsuit that he was then forcibly paraded through multiple rooms filled with people who were jeering and taunting him.
High-profile individuals, including Jacob Arabo, Jay-Z, Gloria Estefan, LeBron James, and Beyonce Knowles Carter, are identified as witnesses due to their presence or knowledge of the events surrounding the freak-off orchestrated by defendant Diddy. Wow. And freak-off, of course, is something that we've heard many times before, both in Combs' criminal case and other civil cases, to describe these prolonged sexual episodes, usually with sex workers. But Manzaro is suing Sean Combs. He is suing a man named Eric Mejias. He is suing Brendan Paul, who's been described in another lawsuit as Sean Combs' drug mule, Emilio Estefan, who is married to pop superstar Gloria Estefan, and Adria English, who filed her own lawsuit against Sean Combs, claiming she too was a victim of sex trafficking. By the way, it's interesting he's not suing these other celebrities that I mentioned, like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Gloria Estefan, possibly because he doesn't believe their alleged liability amounted to a civil claim, but seems to want to call them as witnesses at a trial, although I have to imagine they will do everything in their power to quash any subpoena should this case progress.
Another major name trying to distance himself from the Diddy allegations is Will Smith. During a comedy show in San Diego, Will joked, "I haven't been anywhere near those damn freak-offs," adding, "I don't even like baby oil." This was in response to the allegations linking him as a close associate of Diddy. Interestingly, Will Smith's former assistant has come forward, revealing that he once caught Will cheating on Jada with Dwayne Martin,
But the world we're in right now, it's really hard for y'all to like discern what's real and what's true, you know? And I've been seeing y'all memes and stuff. People be making memes. I see the memes. I see them now. Some of that stuff is funny. Some of it's funny. But I haven't addressed any of this publicly, but I just want to say this very clearly. I don't have to do with Puffy, so y'all can stop all them memes. I can stop all of that. I ain't been nowhere near no damn free golf. Listen, I do enough of my own. Don't be putting me in other people's. I ain't been nowhere near that, man. I ain't did none of that stupid. So, whenever y'all hear it, if somebody say that, it's a damn lie. I don't even like baby oil. but I haven't said that publicly. I just said y'all the first time. I usually don't respond to dumb stuff because it's like people get so many things. People say so much stuff, but you know that one it was your memes was doing too much. Y'all was having me mad.
Unlike these criminals, 50 Cent has nothing to hide. Terrence Howard said the same thing. The only reason 50 Cent and Terrence Howard can openly expose those connected to Diddy is because they never took part in these parties. They have nothing to hide. Some of the biggest names in Hollywood are now being dragged into the spotlight, and there's no turning back. 50 Cent warned us. With lawsuits mounting, victims coming forward, and the Diddy Do It documentary on the way, the truth is finally coming to light. Like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you want to stay ahead of what's next, subscribe and turn on notifications.